we can see where things changed as we go through history. The more we became a global village was the more people became, I'm going to use your expression, a little bit lost.
Hello and welcome to Obehi Podcast. I'm your host, Obehi A14, and I strongly believe that everyone has a story to share. Now let's get started into this episode.
Or probably a tad bit lost, a lot lost. It is this issue of the world becoming such a smaller place and everyone being aware of everyone else and what is happening here and there. We were no longer villages. We no longer were villages where we just in charge of a small group and we were working at expanding and developing and growing. I can pick my phone up and I know what is happening anywhere in the world. And so that kind of influence keeps the mind. Remember, our answers for everything really lie in our mind, that inner game. And like you say, Les Brown says we need help. And I agree with him. I love Les Brown. He's one of the motivational speakers that I listen to when I have the opportunity. But that is the case. How did we get here is your question. It is just a process of development and globalization and world wars and all these things that have factored into who we are. It's complex. We can't just say it's this one thing or it's that one thing. As human beings, we are evolving and mind is working. But mind can be influenced by other minds. You know, these days we hear a lot about masterminds. One mind probably mastering over another. Or mastermind in the sense of my mind has this solution to this kind of issue. And if you buy into mine, then you can have X or Y, just like me. But you're quite right. We really need to go inside to our own minds. Understand what is going on, what should be there, who we are, yes, and bring that to the table, bring that to the fore. So it's too complex. It is a lot of things, slavery, wars, globalization, development in technology. It is a lot of things, but some of them have been mismanaged, some of them have been abused. And so instead of us using these things to advance who we are, some of these things are kind of using the populace, using us. So it is complex. And that is why I love coaching, because on a one-to-one basis, there isn't the economics behind one-to-one these days so much. Yes, but that's what I love. Why? When you are in that professional conversation, it's you and the coach who is working with you to get to where you want to go, to unpick the stuff that are just clouding down and covering over who you are, to unpick those things so you can find yourself again in relation to, and I'm not saying people are completely and totally lost, but it might be find myself and who I am in relation to my finances and how I should be following this. Find myself again, who I am in relation to my relationships. I'm not in a good relationship with coworkers, with family members. Who am I and why is that not working? It goes back to going back to the inner being and rectifying things there. So how did we get here? Tons of complex reasons, tons. But I believe in the process of what I do. I believe in transformation. There is a text in the Bible in Romans chapter 12, 1 and 2, and it says, be not conformed to the world. Don't just buy into everything that is happening around you in the world, in technology, in this sector and that sector, but be transformed. How? By renewing your mind. The Bible gives us the answer. Renew your mind. Keep checking in with yourself. Keep checking to see, what's going on with you. Renew your mind. And that is one of the key things, the answer to how do we fix where we've gotten to.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure you subscribe so you never miss any of our future episodes. Rate and review Obehi Podcast and share with your friends who might need it. I remain Obehi Ewanfo. Thank you so much for listening, and talk to you in the next episode.